it's Karen from Be Creative. I'm back with another quick little project because today we're being thankful. So I've got a 12 by 12 layout for you that's really simple, and let's put it together. I'm starting with this really cool card kit we have at shopbecreative.com that includes this Hero Art stamp, leaf stamp set, along with 4 water-based inks, a sparkly clear shimmer marker, a quickie glue pen, a sheet of foil, and some copper stickles, glitter glue, a little bit of tulle, and a card in an envelope. Plus you get to choose a peekaboo cutout die. There's a drop-down menu, you get to choose which one, and that allows you to do like a peekaboo thing if you were to turn this into a card. But we're not doing a card today, we're going to do a layout, but I'm using this kit to do so. So what I'm going to start to do is I want to work with my leaves. I've got some leaves here, and I'm going to put those, rather than on white cardstock, I'm going to get 3 different shades of orange that I just have scraps laying around. These do have a texture, so I'm actually going to flip them over because I don't want that texture to fight my stamp. So I'm going to just kind of get this inked up with the different colors I've got kind of at my disposal from that ink set. Some yellow, a little bit of orange here. This one is going to be a lot of orange, 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 and then some green going on as well, like that. We're going to huff on it, and then I'm going to stamp this one like this. Hopefully that'll be a good stamp. That'll do for what we're doing. That is not the best stamp I've ever done, but that is okay. I'm going to set that aside. Let's do this one. A lot of times it's good to have something of a cushiony surface beneath you to allow for a little of that pressing, you know, the give when you're doing, when you're stamping. A really hard surface sometimes doesn't work quite as well. Like that. Here we go. And in fact, yeah, let me put this underneath, and I'm just going to hit this. And certainly you can use a stamping apparatus to do this. I'm just doing a clear block I had, because again, this is a really simple layout. Shouldn't take you too much time to do. And we'll do the 3rd layer of that. A little bit of a variegated leaf look. Let's just do a little more like that. Okay, the next thing I want to do is add some of my metallic-y foil. So I'm going to grab one of my glue pens, either the small one that's in your kit or if you have a larger one, and I'm going to be adding some glue to the veins on these leaves. It's going to go down a light blue. That's how you know it's wet. And once it turns clear, it's dry. And this is the 𝐒𝐕𝐷 two-way glue. You can also use that quickie glue pen that comes in that fall card kit as well. So I'm just going to, and parts where the stamp is kind of splotchy, like these two I'm not going to use, but like in here, I can kind of fill that in with a little bit of that glue pen as well. Like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's kind of free form, no biggie. Like that. We're going to give that a second and let it dry. That looks about dry. Yep, that's dry. The first one is dry. So I'm going to take my foil, and now once it's dry, it becomes like a temporary tack. That's why they call it two-way glue, because you can use it 2 ways. You can use it wet permanent bond or let it dry first and it becomes temporary tack like a Post-it note. And that tack is going to grab the foil. So I'm going to add some foil to these little veins. It's going to look kind of fun. It's just going to add a little something to it. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, just a little here and there. Like that. And that foil, you can just keep using it as long as it's got stuff on it. Very easy. There we go. And any color will do. I'm using this kind of a rose gold. Okay, let's put this 12 by 12 layout together. I'm going to grab a piece of pattern 12 by 12 paper that I have in my stash, just a kind of a generic vintagey look as the background. And then I'm going to grab some of these glitter. This is from luxury cardstock from Crafter's Companion. We have them in 30 sheet packs on our website, and there's mirror, matte, and glitter paper in different combinations. The one I'm pulling from is, I think it's luxury metallic, or there's also gold. So either of those. And so what I did is I cut down a couple pieces to kind of like a 4 by 6-ish size. I'm going to put those down. I'm using my big Easy Runner. It's my favorite because you just get so much on here and it lasts you forever and you're not going to run out in the middle of a project. So I'm just going to stick some of that down. I think I'm going to do like maybe like this, and then one kind of like that. And then I have this really old picture of my family, like really old, like this one's in college, really old, but it's so cute. And I've had it like in a frame forever, but it's time I've been updating stuff. So I'm going to put it back into my album. And I think I'm going to do maybe kind of like this. And the other thing is, you know, I'm wearing this kind of a spring outfit. I think I took this in March. I remember when we took it. And so I'm going to take a tri-blend alcohol marker, and I'm going to tint my pants a little bit of a darker color, just so it can kind of tie in more, because it's kind of not the right color. So I'm cheating a little bit. You can do this too. The thing is, when you're tinting, don't scribble too hard or go back over the same area, because it will lift the picture. So you got to be mindful of that. So I'm just going to tint this just a hair like this, get my pants. And I'll tint in the top as well a little bit, just to, because I can't do much about that pink. That's really pink, but I'm going to make it work. So I've got this kind of tinted down like that. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to add my leaves. I foiled my leaves with the glue pen and the foil. I did that. I've got them all cut out. And I can actually use my glue pen to adhere those down too, since they're kind of odd shapes. So I'm just going to put a whole bunch of adhesive on the back here, on the different ones on the back side. I could use my runner too, of course. And it's okay if they dry, because it's going to still be tacky to the touch. So I'm going to get all my adhesive on the back. And it's great for those little stems, which is fun. And then I'm going to start to kind of tuck these in, maybe on top of and around the photo. Here and there. Got some up here too. Scoochy that down so you can see. I'm going to tuck it behind, I think, because some of these are like, they're okay leaves and some are my better leaves. You know how that goes, right? So I'm going to tuck. I even did a couple on white when we were off camera, just so I'd have a little bit of a contrast going, like that. And down here, those are already adhered. I'm going to tuck those in. I'm going to tuck this one behind. Like that. Now I've got some flowers I had, so I'm going to stick him right here, and then I've got some of these little guys. I'm going to use a foam square on the back of this one and just pop him right there. This guy, I need to trim his stem. Put another foam square on the bottom of him. Maybe tuck him right here. And then I've got all these fun little gems as well. Just adding a little glue to the back. And I'm going to add those gems down. Some of them have green, which I like. It's going to pull some of that green out. And you could use like a zip dry too, or a Tombow actually is less smelly. Do a Tombow Aqua or Multi to glue those down. My fingers are sticky, so that's not helpful. Does that ever happen to you where you've just got sticky fingers, right? Okay. Put all those down. And you can use any gem. I know that there's gems. I know there's lots of brands out there that you can use. And maybe one more right here. There we go. Okay, now I need to do a little title for my layout. I have an old piece of craft cardstock and I'm going to do my little title on that. So I'm going to write thankful with my glue pen in cursive. Like that. Make sure you get enough glue on there. If you have to go over it one more time, do so. Sometimes you've got to get that pen working again by pressing down on that tip. Okay, that looks pretty good, yeah. Let's let it dry for a second. And all I'm going to do then is I'm going to get a piece of gold foil. You can hear me chopping it. This is almost dry. You can tell because this is blue still, so that means it's not quite dry. Once it's clear, it's dry. Give it a little air so it's going to dry up. Okay, this is fairly dry. I've got my piece of foil. Let's put it right on top and really press across where the glue was. I'm shaking my table. My apologies, you know I'm really pressing hard if I'm shaking my table. And this may take a couple applications, like that doesn't look fully done, so I gotta hit it some more. See how when I really get into the nooks and crannies and really make an effort, it's gonna come off a whole lot more. I'm gonna take some more foil and just go back over this whole thing like this. You can go ahead and use your Stickles as both the adhesive and the embellishment because it's going to actually frame it in glitter, which is kind of a nice little thing. So I'm going to pull some of these up, and or I could add it around. I could add little dots. I could do that kind of a thing. Add a couple. This one I am going to lift like that. I love using glitter glue. And then that's going to pull out of this background page as well, which is really fun. There we go. Okay, this is almost dry. And I should mention too, you can get Stickles glitter glue. The copper does come in that fall set I showed you at the beginning, but we do have a really nice fall shimmer bundle that's going to give you the clear Spectrum Noir sparkle in there. You're getting gilded gold, mercury glass. What's this guy? He's twisted lime green. That'll take you into Christmas. Sunset. And what's this guy? Gold dust. So a nice bundle for the fall cards because you still have time. You've got a whole month to be thankful and grateful and send cards to those you love who maybe you're not seeing right now. I do, as this is drying, I do want to add a little bit of ribbon across here too. I think that might be kind of fun. So I'm going to add that like that, I believe. So let's see, let's get that down. I'm just going to tack actually the ends. Here, I'm off the page. I'm going to add that on the ends eyeball that. Just like that. I'll trim that up. There we go. I might add some tulle also. I think that might be fun. Let's pull it back just a little so you guys can see. That's drying nicely. So actually I'm just going to lop off a little bit of this tulle and tie that. This kind of a thing. Let me set that aside just for a moment. And this is an old card I had. That's what I used for my craft. I like to save all my scraps. You never know when you're going to need it for another project. So I'm just going to keep that. And I'll keep this other piece for some other project, of course, because there is nothing that goes to waste when we're scrapbooking, right? So I've got my title. I'm going to come in right on top of here. Right about like that. Get that mounted. Let's come back a little so you can see what's up. There we go. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to add some gems to that as well. Let's come back to our little stickles here and throw down some additional gems. Maybe one over here, and I think that'll do it. Because I could embellish all day, right? Okay, so let me pull back just a little more so you can see the finished product. And I'm going to add this little guy too. And what I'm going to do with him, I need to anchor him right here. I need, you know what? I don't even have a white foam square on me, but that's okay because you're not going to see it. So don't tell anybody I did this, right? So we're going to do this. And look, you don't even see that. There we go. So super easy layout using that fall leaf stamp set. And again, it comes with the die in there to do the pop-up window if you want to do the peekaboo thing. Has the foil, the stickles, the ink, everything. All you're going to need is just some scrap paper and maybe some gems and you're ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed doing that little layout and I hope you have a great rest of your day.